Well, good evening and welcome to the July 22nd meeting of the City of Shoreacres City Council. Ms. Goodman, will you call the roll?
Yes, sir. Mayor,
Present.
Protem Mayor McCollum,
Present.
Alderwoman Ramos,
Present.
Alderman Grayson,
Present.
Alderman Hoskins, Alderman West.
Present. Mr. Hoskins has informed me he could not make it this evening. Right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. All right, thank you everybody for being here. We don't have a lot on the agenda tonight, but we have a couple of important things. No special presentations. Council reports and requests. Anybody have anything, Mr. Bell? Nothing, thank you. Mr. Greason? No, sir. Ms. Ramos?
No.
No, sir. All right, moving on. Item 5.0, public hearing, public comments, opportunity for the public to address council. Time is limited to 5 minutes per speaker. Comments are to be directed to the city council and dialogue with the audience is not permitted. Council members are prohibited by law from participating in discussion or deliberation of items not specifically identified on this agenda. All right, Mr. Wells, would you like to say anything?
I just appreciate everything that the city did while I was gone. My wife and I were going on vacation during the storm and the aftermath.
Thank you. Ms. Mary Beth Maher, would you like to address council?
I wanted to say a couple of things about Heron Park.
Yeah.
Number one, I wanted to commend one of your citizens, David Williams. Every time we have a work day, he shows up and he immediately called after the storm and came and cut a tree. And he'll be there tomorrow when master naturalists and volunteers will be working on the park. It's kind of a mess right now. And we just have to do it ourselves. And so if you get someone that calls and says, you know, maybe they didn't get any damage, but could I help out the city? We can, it's just us doing the volunteer work and it's a lot of work. But
When are you having your work done?
tomorrow at 8:30 if it isn't raining. But anytime a person can, I'm gonna give you my number. They could call me and I'd meet them there and it's just like raking the trails, moving logs, just stuff like that. Very simple stuff because the trails are kind of impassable all the way around right now. I think 3 trees went down. And also another thing I want to say about Mr. Williams is that I hope y'all all know about, he was the instigator that got that 106 acres. And that is a miracle that borders Shoreacres. It is safe for the wetlands and what from development, and what wetlands does is keep the water from flooding nearby homes. And so I hope that y'all know all that he's done.
We do. Ms. Becker, would you like to say anything?
Yes, Mary Becker, 202 Fairfield. And what I would like is I don't expect a response, of course, because it's public comments, but the notification about different events, it seems about after the storm, Bill, that there were some on Nextdoor, there were some on Facebook, Shoreacres, no drama, there are some in direct letters in the email. And so it would be nice to know that there's a central place that I can go and know where I'm going to get messages from the city.
I can answer that. Nextdoor is the official thing for the city. Nothing from the city came out on Facebook. We do email, and we do have an emergency system that sends out text messages and stuff that Troy uses from time to time. But Nextdoor is by council, the official. That's where we go.
Okay, and not the emails that you send out?
The emails, certainly.
So I have got to look on both.
It's duplicated. It's the same information.
I don't want to get into back and forth, but I do think that there was, like, when the heavy trash pickup, when the limb pickup was supposed to start, I got it the day after. I got the notice the day after you had an email that it started on Wednesday. And I got that email on Thursday, and it is just, I would just like to know if I'm gonna get a notification, should I look on Nextdoor? Or should I look on an email from the city? Or is it gonna be posted on the city website?
All three, and it's all the same information, and they all go up at the same time.
Okay, all right.
But next door by council's edict is the official thing, and nothing on Facebook is official, nothing at all. Okay, that's all. Moving on. Item 6.0. And I skipped it. I skipped it, Troy. Okay, item 6.0 is city manager report update on storm activities.
And so to address one of these concerns, in working with Decker to initiate the heavy trash update, we weren't real sure what day he was going to be able to start because he had equipment failure. And then he texts me and says, hey, we're going to be in there today. So we didn't really know. I just told him the first available day. We started heavy trash pickup last week. We're starting with brush debris only to come through and pick up nothing but the tree limbs and brush and leaves and things like that. We started on Bayou Forest and we've completed Bayou Forest except for a small, maybe one load that'll be finished tomorrow on the north side. Once that's finished, they actually started on Shoreacres Boulevard. They didn't understand what I wanted, but so they picked up a couple of piles on Shoreacres Boulevard. So tomorrow, after they finish the pile on Bayou Forest, they'll return to Shoreacres Boulevard and pick up eastbound. I did send out a next door message about 30 minutes ago that just reminded people about how to stack their trash. It's a big deal. I drove by today and saw several piles that had not just tree limbs, but other debris in it. And we've asked before. In fact, every time we have trash pickup, we remind people that the stuff, the limbs and things like that, they go to a different site that's cheaper. So we like for those to be by themselves so they can go to this cheaper side. I've seen people park their vehicles in front of the piles. So we've asked not to do that, to be cognizant of high lines or low hanging wires actually, because that grapple can't get up under there. And then I've noticed some piles that are too far inland, too far inside the yards that's not going to be picked up. So it was a simple, friendly reminder today of just what we expect on that. I anticipate it taking a while to get this cleaned up. The mayor has reached out to Precinct 2. I've reached out to Precinct 2 and we are going to be getting some help from them. I don't know exactly what yet, but they have larger trucks than what Mr. Decker has. So I anticipate once they get here that the speed will pick up quite a bit. We will go from west to east and try to have some rhythm to how we pick things up. They do skip piles. If they have a little bit of room left in the truck, they'll skip a pile, a big pile and go to us. So sometimes it looks like that they're skipping around, but there's reasoning to what they do. We will, once we complete brush pickup, then we'll start with the other debris, the fences, the other stuff that's been thrown out. A good thing is I haven't seen, and the mayor did put something out about letting the city know if your house was flooded, things like that. Haven't seen any carpet out. If it is, I've just missed it, but I haven't seen any signs that there was flooded homes. I think we did have a couple that maybe had minor flooding, but we kind of really were fortunate on this one. Just a lot of wind and trees down. Luckily, the city about a year ago set out to have people take down dead trees. And we had a lot of dead trees removed in the last 12 or 15 months. And the city spent quite a bit of money removing dead trees from our right of way as well. And that probably paid off a lot. Most of the trees that were in the power lines were actually live trees from the middle of yards. They weren't anything in the right of ways. So but we'll continue to watch that. I continue to work with Centerpoint again today. We still have a couple of trees that are on the cable wires, not the electrical wires, but the cable wires. And they're just not getting those off very quick. So we're still working. So we still have some work to be done, but that's like a 30,000 feet view of what we're doing right now.
Mr. Harrison, there's a few places like over on Seagrove, there's one whole tree laying almost in the ditch right on the side of the road. Whose responsibility is for cutting that tree up so that they can pick it up?
The grapple, if they can't pick it up and is it in the right of way or in the yard?
It's on the, looks like it's in the right of way, part in the ditch. So it's a full-size tree.
Well, I'd say that if it's, and I've been trying to look for those, I'll go by and look at that tomorrow, but if we have to cut the tree up to get it moved, we'll cut the part up that's in the right of way to where we can get it moved. But the resident, if it's in the middle of the yard and falls down, at some point, they'll be responsible for removing it and getting it out for the next heavy trash.
Oh, I looked at it. I'm not sure where it fell. It looks like it fell out of close by. But I don't.
What 100 block is it in?
It's right by Byway and Seagrove on the south side ditch there.
Okay.
Across from Jacob Reader's old house.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'll take a better look at that.
Yeah, looking, and I agree with you, there's some mixed trash. And is our plan to give them a note saying you've got to separate them or we can't pick them up?
Well, what I normally do is if they go by and it's not picked up, one of us will go and knock on the door and tell them why it wasn't picked up and give them a chance to correct it. If they'll correct it, they'll go back by and get it this time. On normal heavy trash pickup, we don't always have that luxury, but this time it's important that we get the city cleaned up without trying to mix hairs with it. But we'll do all we can. I've stopped and talked to several people today and made them aware, and they were everyone sorry and didn't know and was going to fix it this evening.
And I see from some full section of fence out there. Can they pick up that with the gravel?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Fence is not a real obstacle. It may break in half when they pick it up. They'll just take another bite at it.
Mr. Bell, anything for Mr. Harrison? I don't believe so, thank you. Ms. Rollins?
No.
No, sir. We did have reports of 2 homes that had water incursion, very small amount, right here on Shady Lawn and 146. And over on South Country Club, it backed up into what she calls her sunroom. She wants help with sandbagging, because it would prevent that next time. So we would do what we could figure out about it. All right, moving on. Now we're on item 7.1, elect Mayor Pro Tem for the 2024-2025 term of council. Do I have a motion?
All motion.
I have a motion from Ms. Ramos. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Greason. Something I failed to do at the last council meeting was have you guys pick a Mayor Pro Tem. I'm gonna nominate Mayor Pro Tem, current Mayor Pro Tem McCowan again. We worked well together and I appreciate his help. So that's my nomination. Anybody else want to nominate somebody? Hearing none, all those in favor of nominating or making Alderman Jerome McCown Mayor Pro Tem, say aye.
Aye.
And it passes unanimously. Now I get to swear Mr. McCown in. Again, we'll go right down there so we can see the camera, so the camera can see us. We just do it right here. You can see us. Say hi. Hi. Yes. I, Jerome McCown.
I, Jerome McCowan,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute duties of the office
that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office
Mayor Pro Tem City of Shoreacres
Mayor Pro Tem City of Shoreacres
of the state of Texas,
of the state of Texas,
and will do to the best of my ability
and will do to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and of this state, so help me God.
and of this state. So help me God.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
You got to sign that and give it to the front. Good.
Back in the pit.
Okay. Moving on to item 7.2, resolution 2024-07-01, extending the mayor's emergency declaration. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
A motion from Mr. McCown. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
A second from Ms. Ramos. As I mentioned last meeting, When I issue a emergency declaration, it can only by law be for 7 days. Today is the seventh day. We do need to extend it so that we can make sure we get everything, all our residents get everything filed that they need to be filed to take advantage of the FEMA reimbursement, stuff like that. So we do need to extend it. I put it to expire September the 1st. That should be plenty of time. We can always renew it if it isn't for some reason. But so a resolution extending the mayor's hurricane barrel disaster declaration, making various findings, decisions relating to the subject, finding compliance with the open meeting law and providing an effective date hereof. Do I have any discussion? Mr. Bell? Reason? Ms. Rollins?
No.
No, McCann? No, sir. All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. And the resolution passes unanimously. Which brings us to item 8.0 adjournment. I have a motion. I have a motion from Mr. Greason. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
A second from Ms. Ramos. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And we are adjourned as of 6:17 PM. Thank you for coming.
Steve, you're ready.
No,
That was nice.
no.
Councilor.
Let's not.